Everyone, welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today I was going to talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the Purdue Boilermakers. Overall, in the series, Nebraska leads by one game, 5 wins to 4, with one game winning streak. Last year, the Cornhuskers beat Purdue in West Lafayette 37 to 27 on 12/5/2020. Um, the upcoming game will be played on October 30th, 2021. Some of the key departures for the Boilermakers are Rondale Moore. He played running back and wide receiver. He was a pretty big deal for them. Uh, Derek Barnes, linebacker. Uh, Tyler Crowley. Hopefully, I'm saying these guys' names right. And he played safety. And Lorenzo Neal, he was a defensive tackle. Um, Rondale Moore, Lorenzo Neal, Grant Hermans are probably the biggest losses for the Boilermakers overall, just because they're kind of in key positions for the team, and of course, big leaders on that defense and offensive side of the ball. Um, some of the key departures for the Cornhuskers are Brandon Jameis, Matt Farnock, uh, and obviously, we lost some guys in the transfer portal like Wandale Robinson and Luke McCaffrey. But it looked like we were able to pick up some guys in the transfer portal with Marquise Stepp and bringing in a redshirt freshman quarterback named Logan Summers, uh, which will be a big help on the Huskers side of the ball. Looked like for the Boilermakers, they ended up picking up a uh, transfer porter quarterback out of UCLA. He looked like he started 3 years for them under Chip Kelly, and his name was let's see, um, Austin Burton, and uh, it looks like that he'll probably be starting for the Boilermakers, but the job could go to either Aiden O'Connell, which I think he's a junior, and or even Jake Plummer, and I think he might be a redshirt freshman, but I could be wrong on that. Um, Now, overall, with the key losses of Rondell Moore, the starting tackle Grant Harmons, and defensive tackle Lorenzo Neal, I think the Cornhuskers playing in Lincoln could win big on October 30th. If we're going to be honest with each other, you know what I mean? But I say the score will probably end up being around 34-14 for the Huskers. Um, I know like the last couple games have been kind of back and forth. I believe the this last game was 37-27. The game before that, I looked and I think it was um, 55 to 44 or something like that. Or I can't. I don't quote me on that game, but it has been kind of a back and forth as of lately. So it's hard to say. With all these predictions that I have for the Cornhuskers, it's kind of dependent on what team really shows up in Lincoln, and like I've predicted for a lot of these games that I've done in the past. Just really depends on what type of team shows up. If the team that shows up consistently last year, where we're turning over the ball, making mental mistakes with penalties, and uh, you know, helmet to helmet hits, like in the Ohio State game. Obviously, that was towards the end of the game where it didn't really matter, and Ohio State was kind of kicking our butt, but still, kind of those boneheaded mistakes. Maybe Purdue comes in here and beats us by 3 points. You know what I mean? But if we can play a clean game and we're executing on offense and our defense is stepping up and playing like the defense should, especially with all the starters coming back and filling in some of the pieces that we lost. Obviously, I think our defense could be pretty one of the strong points for our team this upcoming year. That being said, um, it just really depends on, like I said before, what team shows up. But I really do feel like Nebraska should beat Purdue on October 30th. And overall, I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. And I was contemplating going to this game, but I've already seen Purdue in Lincoln. So the next time I see Purdue versus Nebraska, it'll probably be in West Lafayette. So I decided to go and watch the Northwestern versus Nebraska game, which is a couple weeks prior to this game. Um, but that's kind of my thoughts on the Purdue versus Nebraska Cornhuskers game. Just let me know what you guys think about this prediction, and maybe what your thoughts are on some of the transfers, some of the keys to success for the Cornhuskers, maybe even some of the keys for success for the Purdue Boilermakers. Maybe I'm missing something, and maybe one of you guys that like Purdue might have a little bit of a little more insight than what I have on them, and I would, definitely welcome those suggestions and comments, because I just love learning about some of the different aspects of college football and or these other teams. That's why I've been trying to follow a lot more different types of fans on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, just so I can kind of expand my knowledge on some of these teams and maybe give better predictions for my videos moving forward. So I think this will be the end of the video, and I appreciate everyone that's coming on and watching my videos. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications. And as always, go Big Red.